It feels so good to be back. I am Kairos. This is Kairos MMA. We got so much to talk about. We got UFC Vegas 12. I got punishment push-ups. And last but not least, I am doing a giveaway. So that's right. You better stick to the end or you're going to miss it all. Welcome to Season 2. First and foremost, thank you guys so much for putting up with me. I appreciate that tremendously. I've been pushing back my release date days, weeks, months, years, quarter centuries, decades, millennia, however it may be. You guys have stood there and stood firm with me, and I appreciate that tremendously. And to show my gratitude, I will be giving away a one-of-a-kind t-shirt. That's right, you will have multiple options to choose your design. And also, bear with me because the shirts are coming from China. I've ordered them myself. They do arrive. So don't be in my mentions. Guys, where the fuck is my shirt at? Where's my shirt? Hey, you better get my shirt. The shirt's coming. The shirt will come. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is simply put down your picks for the main card, and whoever comes to very close will have their choice of what size and what design out of the designs that I provide. They are given to us by Full Violence. Yes, sir, the Instagram account and the Twitter account. You guys better go follow him. He is a phenomenal artist, content creator, Photoshopper, whatever you want to call it. He is bomb at it. Now, without further ado, I have some punishment push-ups. All right, here are your push-ups. Now I know what you've been thinking. Gosh, where the hell have you been? I had to invest in the highest level equipment to get you guys because I appreciate y'all so much. I want to give you the highest level quality content that I could possibly produce. Now, how did I do that? I invested in a high quality camera, high quality lenses, lights, microphones, tables, backdrops, lights again. Everything I do is high level. You can call me Dominic Cruz or Cody Garbrandt because what we do is high level in here.
The word high level, you had to bring high level strikers, high level wrestlers, high level. Yep. You know what I'm going to bring into there? It's high level and a pace that you're not going to be able to, deal with.
Let's get into UFC Vegas 12. We're going to start with the main card because I know a lot of y'all cannot stand the prelims. I don't share that sympathy. I like the prelims, and I even have some fights I want to talk about after. But we'll start with the main card first. First off is Anderson Silva versus Uriah. This fight has me feeling a certain type of way because I don't like the way the UFC paraded Anderson Silva around for his last 6 fights of his career. And now we're at his retirement and you're giving him Uriah Hall. People have their feelings about Uriah Hall, but I think he's really coming to his own in his last 2 fights. He beat Eliezer dos Santos and he beat Krzysztof Jotko. Both very impressive performances. And I think he's starting to realize his talent after switching over to Fortis MMA. And I don't want to see him continue to realize that against Anderson Silva in his final fight in his UFC career. He has given the fans way too much. He has given the UFC way too much. He has given us way too much for us to treat him like this. Remember when he filled in at UFC 200 against Daniel Cormier at light heavyweight? How are we going to return the favor to that man like this? That is so disrespectful. I have to go with Uriah Hall on this. I don't think Anderson Silva's body can keep up with his mind and his skill set. His skill set's there. It hasn't gone anywhere, but his body just can no longer keep up. And I think that just at age 44 or whatever his age is, I just don't see any way that he can win this matchup. If he does, I'll be so happy, but also be sad for Uriah Hall. This is a lose-lose situation for me because I like both these guys. But if I have to pick one, I'm picking Uriah Hall. Let's talk about the most stacked division in the UFC right now. My favorite division, 145 pounds. A lot of people think that 155 is the most stacked. A lot of people think that 135 is the most stacked. You are wrong. 145 has the most fighters outside the top 15 that could be ranked in any given moment. It's the most striking, diverse division you could possibly ever imagine. A lot of people are automatically defaulting towards Bryce Mitchell because they like Arkansas, because they like the Camel. I don't like this matchup. It reminds me of Chase Hooper versus Alex Caceres, where a lot of people immediately thought that Chase Hooper was going to get it done, but they forget that Alex Caceres has almost 30-something fights, has a very strong striking pedigree, and he's decent on the ground. People really thought that Chase Hooper was going to come out there and finish him, and this is the same thing I'm seeing with Bryce Mitchell versus Andre Fili. Andre Fili should be ranked in the top 15 to 10. He's just had a few decisions not go his way and fought a lot of tough people at 145 pounds. I think this matchup is just going to get away from Bryce Mitchell. I think he has the skill set, he has the ability, and in the future, he's going to be a threat to the 145 division, but right now, I think they're introducing him to a little too experienced of a fighter way too quickly. I think Andre Fili is way too fast, way too quick, way too athletic, and way too elusive to get your hands on in the first place. And the guy can strike very well. Andre Fili's losses are only against the best of the best in the division, and Bryce Mitchell's best opponent was Charles De La Rosa, which he controlled and mauled him for 15 minutes, but I don't think that he can get his hands on Andre Fili because he's going to have to close that distance very carefully and repeatedly, and Andre Fili is dangerous. You saw what he did to Charles Jourdain. Phenomenal fight. He had a great fight against Sadiq Youssef as well, and he had a great fight against Michael Johnson. I think he beat Michael Johnson, to be honest with you, and I think Bryce Mitchell just out of his league with this one. A lot of people want this new car syndrome where they see a new prospect and he starts to turn it up and we're so invested in him after 1 or 2 fights. That's not me. That's not who I am. I'm not built that way. So if Bryce Mitchell comes and shuts me up, that's good. I'm still not going to be bought in, to be honest with you. I might sound like a hater, but that's just how I am with selecting fighters that I invest in and say, okay, great. I think this person can be at this position at this point in time in the future. I don't think Bryce Mitchell can make it to the top 5. I think Andre Fili can. I know that's a hot take, but I said it. I'm going to go with Andre Fili. A lot of people like this new car syndrome and think that he looks great. And he does look great. Bryce Mitchell looks like a phenomenal fighter. I just don't think he's accumulated enough experience to win in this particular matchup. In the future, Bryce Mitchell could probably be in the top 15 or top 15. I'm just not ready to give him that crown. I don't think he can win this fight to prove you guys right. I'm going with Andre Fili. Next up, we got my man Kevin Holland against Dikembe Matoma, or whatever his name is. His name is irrelevant. It does not matter because he's not going to win this fight. Kevin Holland is the real deal. I told y'all about this man before he even got into the UFC. Y'all didn't want to listen. That's fine. Keep it quiet. Y'all saw what he did to Joaquin Buckley. He made it look easy. Y'all saw what type of fighter he was when he fought Darren Stewart. I don't know why you guys think I look like Darren Stewart, but I do not look like that man. Stop tagging him and stop tagging me in each other's tweets. I'm sure he doesn't like it, and I damn sure don't like it, and we look nothing like. The only similarities we got is that we're both black and we got beards. That's it. That's it. I think Kevin Holland is poised to set 185 pounds ablaze. I don't necessarily think that he's going to necessarily jump into the top 5 and start competing for a title anytime soon. But I think if he continues to get better and fight the right people at the right time, we could see him in a title conversation in about 2 to 3 years, maybe 3 to 4 years. I'm not going to sit here and say, 2021, Kevin Holland's going to beat you up. No, I don't think that. But I think he has potential, and he's shown us he has that killer instinct to finish fights. And if he can't finish fights, he's going to win decisions. Next up, we got a heavyweight bout. Yes, I know y'all hate the heavyweight division so much, and I'm not even going to talk about them. I don't care about these two dudes at all. I don't like Maurice Green because I saw him on top, and I don't like Greg Hardy because y'all know why I don't like Greg Hardy. A lot of y'all out here trying to tell me that 125 pounds deserves the exact same attention that heavyweight deserves, and I'm going to tell you this. You're not wrong. 125 pounds deserves respect. There's a lot of people who don't respect Demetrius Johnson just for the simple fact that he fought at 125 pounds. There are people out there who really think that 165 pounds and 105 pounds are more applicable divisions than heavyweight, and they would be okay with replacing one with the other. Now, if we're going to be realistic, I don't think we should replace heavyweight. Well, why can't we just add them? As far as 105 pounds, Loma Lubumi would be perfect in that division. I don't necessarily think that she's going to get that division. I don't think we're going to make it anytime soon, so stop hoping for it. 165 pounds division is probably more likely to happen, especially if the stars of 155 pounds try and negotiate for that and pull for that. But I don't see it happening because fighters are all individualistic, and they aren't going to unite enough to give us that division. So stop asking for them because they're not coming.
I'm not going to, so quit asking.
This fight right here, Bobby Green versus Thiago Moises, potential fight of the night, potential performance of the night. Bobby Green is a slayer. People don't respect this man enough, and he has fought so many tough people. He fought Edson, he fought Dustin, he fought, oh my goodness. I am a huge Bobby Green fan. I've been through it in the mud when he was losing the close decisions that he probably should have been winning. I've been winning in the high points when he started to shine at UFC Fight Out and UFC Apex. Y'all better start putting respect on this man's name. He should be ranked right now, but because things didn't fall his way, he's not ranked. And it's so sad. But I think he has a shot of becoming ranked before he retires. He had multiple opportunities to retire, and he said he retired, but then he came back. And I'm glad he stayed because he has a lot of talent. He has a lot to give to us. I'm picking him. Looking back at that previous fight for Thiago Moises, he was struggling against Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson was boxing his head off for the first 5 minutes when Michael Johnson was going to be Michael Johnson and get taken down and get submitted 2 seconds later. So I think that Bobby Green is going to be different in this situation because, one, he's striking a little bit more diverse. He offers more looks than just boxing, and he keeps it moving. And he has a little bit more defense on the ground and answers for when people put him in positions. So I think even if Thiago Moises can get him down, I don't necessarily think he can capitalize on it. Similar to how the Bryce Mitchell versus Andre Fili fight is going to go, I think. I think those two fights are going to be a clear indication of how the night goes. If Bryce Mitchell comes out there and imposes him and holds him down, I think it's more likely then that Bobby Green is going to get held down by Thiago Moises. I know that those two things shouldn't be compared, but I think it's a similar style fight as far as what we're looking at and as far as experience is concerned too. I really do think that Bobby Green's going to still get it done though, and I think that Andre Fili is going to get it done too. Here's one fight that we really need to talk about. Miles Johns versus Kevin Felice Navidad. Okay, that's disrespectful. Not Natividad. That's his name. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be making fun of people's names when my name gets made fun of all the time. This fight is so close. They're similar in size. They're similar in style. I think that Miles Johns relies a little bit more on his wrestling per se than Kevin, but it's not like Miles Johns is just going to grapple you for 15 minutes. The guy can strike it out. Both these guys are strong. And if I have to pick between one, I'm going with Miles Johns. I think his game is a little bit more complete and is a little bit more well-rounded. So how can I go against him? And the last one I want to talk about is Courtney Casey versus Priscilla Castellano. But hold up, guys, before y'all drag me. Here's why I want to bring up this fight. You guys ever notice that John Anik, every single time she fights, brings up the fact that she played soccer a decade ago for the University of El Paso, as if that's relevant information. I remember one time I tweeted and I said, John Anik, if he brings this up one more time, I'm going to be pissed like in a joking manner. Of course, y'all have to tag him in my tweets. I don't understand why y'all tag people in my tweets. If I wanted them tagged in my tweets, I would tag them myself. But anyway, he commented something to the effect of, it's new fans entering the sport. We have to give them that information. But for you, maybe next time I'll leave it out. This is an opportunity to leave it out. If he brings it up, I'm going to drink myself into oblivion because he lied. If John Anik brings up the fact that she played soccer 10 years ago, I'm drinking myself into oblivion. And John Anik is a goddamn liar. I won't have any of... No, I'm joking. Truth be told, I do like John Hank. I appreciate him so much. I think he's an awesome commentator, and I'm glad that he finally has made it to the A team. He's been grinding so hard. That dude has been grinding so hard. So I always respect people who move up the ladder and work for what they have and aren't given it, because there's no way that man was given anything. He's worked for it. But I still think he's going to mention Courtney Casey playing soccer, and I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting. Mark my words. He's going to say it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Stick around. We got so much stuff coming. We're going to gyms. We're going to be interviewing fighters. We're going to be doing promos. We're going to be doing mixed martial arts events with people, recording people at BJJ tournaments. We're going to be doing so much with this channel. That's why I had to invest in this high-level equipment, because I see it all the time. You see channels that plateau over time because people get desensitized to the content that you're producing, because it's the same thing over and over. And we're trying to make sure that this channel has legs. It can go somewhere. And I appreciate you guys so much, and I want to make sure that I give you guys different looks every single time you come here, because you deserve that. I like seeing that when I look at my channel, so I think, why not do that with my channel? Thank you guys so much for this. I am Kairos. This is Kairos MMA. See you next time.
Got a hands for the pool, bitch, I got a hammer in the tool, and I got a handful of jewels,